Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to share with you how to be a bad listener and why that's a good thing. Most of us have been taught since we were really little to be very polite and to listen to everything everyone has to say. But that kind of ignores the fact that some things are not worth saying. In Finland, they actually have this really beautiful concept called Finnish Silence. And it's the idea that silence is preferred to idle chatter or talking just for the sake of talking. So if you're really ingesting a lot of negative chatter, either through social circles and family or what you listen to on the news and TV, that's setting the tone of your being, which is attracting based on whatever that tone sets. So it's really important to be discerning with what we ingest with not only our mouths, but our minds and our ears. First things first, we gotta get something straight. It's one thing to be compassionate, to be there for someone in need, to just offer your presence or maybe even some good advice. But it's just a whole nother thing to listen to people's negative stories that they just tell over and over and gossip, listening to people getting down on themselves about their appearance or their performance. It's just unnecessary. And not only is it detrimental to you and your vibration because you're sitting in that, absorbing it with them, but it's also detrimental to them because you're allowing them to propagate the negative stories that really don't do good things for their life either, because essentially we are the stories we tell about ourselves and the world. If you believe the world is a cruel place, then that is what you will encounter. But if you choose to tell a better story and create a better story for yourself, then that is what the world is going to show you. So it's really important to be there for our friends and family, not in like an annoying, preachy way, but to just lower our tolerance for listening, agreeing with, and propagating those really negative, unhelpful stories and narratives. I've been practicing this for a few years, and I have a few tips, 4 to be precise, on how to be a better bad listener. And the first one is to, before you engage with anyone or anything, set your frequency yourself. So meditation, yoga, really just doing anything that you enjoy and feel really good while you do, that's setting your tone in a positive place. And the more time you spend there, the more momentum it gains. So if you get really full, then no matter where you go, you're not going to be so easily swayed and affected by others. And not just that, but you're going to bring this goodness with you that's going to draw the goodness from them. Number 2 is kind of a more practical one, and that is to let people in your life know that you are no longer tolerating negativity. So don't come to me and tell me what happened on the news last night. Share with me your dreams, what you're excited about. The cute little old lady that winked at you when you went to the pharmacy. You know, like that's life. Let's share and propagate what's good. There's already enough people and organizations that are doing the opposite. People might have a little bit of resistance to this at first, but I think if you just let them know it's something you're trying and that it's okay if they forget that, but you might remind them, and you can even see if they want to try that too. Number 3 is that if you already know in advance that certain places, spaces, people, environments, activities are going to draw that from others and from you, it's like every time you go there, you always end up gossiping with that friend. Give yourself permission not to go. Unless you're in your 100% full place, choose to do something that's more in alignment with what you really believe to be good, with what really fills your soul, and just start to be more discerning about how you allocate your time in your life and shift more towards expansive, uplifting feeling things, people, places, ideas, and away from the other. The 4th one is if you find that you're already in the middle of a conversation and someone brings something up and you just know they're gonna kind of spiral with it for a while, and instead of pushing against them, just relax, let go. Know that this too shall pass and it's okay. You might be able to redirect it with a bit of humor or a pattern interrupt like a clap. I think Tony Robbins sometimes talks about that. You could just do a cartwheel randomly and they'll be so confused that you can kind of get onto another stream of conversation. Or you can excuse yourself to go to the washroom, take some deep breaths. But these are all just little tips and tools to kind of, without hurting the other person, because that's never the intention. They're not doing something wrong. They don't even know that they're doing it. But to take responsibility for your own life and engagement with life. I guess what this all comes down to is instead of dropping down to someone else's frequency just by virtue of interacting with them, it's choosing to be more deliberate about setting your own tone of being and let that be dominant and let that carry you through the day and attract circumstances and people rather than acting out of habit and listening because it's polite. The polite thing to do is to bring your best and to draw that from others, I guess. to the best of your abilities. And I should also say, especially important point, this doesn't just extend to other people. It really matters in your own mind too. What stories and narratives are you telling yourself on the daily? So it's becoming more aware of your own self-talk and being less willing to tolerate negative thoughts towards your body, your performance, your worth, and being more welcoming of thoughts and ideas that expand on your worth and your goodness and your beauty. And just via law of attraction, kind of the less you tolerate and propagate that in your own life, the less you encounter it or even have the need to deal with it. It just becomes less and less of a thing in your life, which is kind of cool. Good luck with this if it's something that interests you. Otherwise, just disregard it completely. I will see you in the next video. Have a beautiful moment. Namaste.